The title sounds like the beginning of a conspiracy forum post written at 3 o'clock a.m. by someone who just discovered coffee. But things NASA scientists found that suggests we are not alone isn't about little green men knocking on your door, asking for WIF. It's about the weird uncomfortable evidence that the universe might be a little too alive. Not confirmed aliens, not flying saucers, just enough strange signals, chemistry, and cosmic coincidences to make scientists quietly say, that's odd, while the rest of us spiral into existential dread. Let's get right into it. Number 10. Mars suspicious methane. Imagine you're on Mars. It's cold, dusty, and looks like Earth forgot to finish rendering. Now imagine detecting methane gas, randomly appearing and disappearing, like it has commitment issues. Methane is a big deal because on Earth, it's mostly produced by life, specifically microbes, that thrive in places you wouldn't vacation in, even if paid, swamps, guts, and other charming environments. NASA's Curiosity rover has repeatedly detected methane spikes on Mars. Not constant levels, not stable emissions spikes, like something occasionally burps and then goes quiet. Now yes, methane can also be produced by geological processes. Rocks can get weird under pressure, but the timing and fluctuation patterns, they are suspicious, like Mars is doing just enough to raise eyebrows, but not enough to get grounded. Scientists are basically stuck between two options. Mars has funky rocks doing interpretive chemistry. B, there might be microbial life chilling underground, living its best invisible life. And Mars isn't exactly the place where you'd expect active gas drama unless something interesting is going on beneath the surface. So right now, Mars is either geologically quirky or quietly alive. Either way, it's giving off I know something you don't know energy. Number 9. Europa's ocean party. Jupiter has a moon called Europa, and it looks like a giant cracked eyeball, which is already not comforting. But underneath that icy crust, there's an ocean, not a puddle, not a lake, a full-blown global ocean. More water than all of Earth's oceans combined, just sitting there hidden under miles of ice, like a cosmic secret. Now, here's where it gets interesting. NASA has found evidence of water plumes shooting out from Europa's surface. Think geysers but in space, which means something down there is active enough to push water up through the ice. And where there's liquid water, scientists start sweating nervously, because water is basically life's favorite ingredient. It's like the universe's version of, just add water and see what happens. But wait, it gets better. Europa's ocean is also in contact with a rocky seafloor. That means potential hydrothermal vents, those deep-sea Earth hot spots, where life thrives without sunlight, powered purely by chemical energy. Translation: Europa might have everything needed for life, energy, water, and chemistry. So somewhere beneath that frozen crust could be alien microbes, even something more complex, just swimming around in eternal darkness, like it's completely normal. Meanwhile, you panic when your Wi-Fi goes out. Number 8. Enceladus is literally spraying life ingredient. Saturn's moon Enceladus is smaller, quieter, and somehow even more suspicious. Picture a giant snowball that occasionally blasts water into space, just casually, no big deal. NASA's Cassini spacecraft flew through these icy plumes and analyzed them. What it found was basically a grocery list for life. Water vapor, organic molecules, hydrogen gas, and salts. That combination is not random. It's the kind of chemistry that, on Earth, happens around hydrothermal vents, the same kind we just talked about with Europa, the same kind that supports entire ecosystems in complete darkness. And hydrogen gas is especially spicy here, because it suggests chemical reactions that could provide energy for life, not sunlight, not photosynthesis, just raw underground chemistry doing its thing. So Enceladus isn't just a frozen rock, it's actively ejecting evidence that it has a warm, salty ocean underneath, with energy sources and organic material. Basically, it's a cosmic smoothie of this could totally support life, and instead of keeping it hidden, it's literally spraying it into space like, hey, just thought you'd like to know. Subtle. Number 7. The WA signal. In 1977, a radio telescope picked up something so weird that an astronomer literally wrote "wow" next to it, which, scientifically speaking, is the equivalent of screaming internally while trying to look professional. The signal was strong, like unusually strong, and it came from deep space, Specifically, from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation. It lasted 72 seconds and then vanished. Never repeated, never explained now. Space is noisy. Pulsars, quasars, random cosmic chaos. It's basically the universe's version of static. But this signal was different. It had a very specific frequency that just happens to be associated with hydrogen, the most common element in the universe. And if you were an alien civilization trying to say, hey, we exist, you'd probably use a frequency everyone understands, like cosmic common ground. Scientists have spent decades trying to find a natural explanation. Comments, maybe random interference, possibly aliens, awkward silence. The real unsettling part isn't just the signal, it's that it never came back. No repeat performance, no sequel, just one mysterious cosmic whisper that basically said, "You heard that right," and then ghosted humanity forever. So somewhere out there, either a very specific natural event happened once, or someone pressed the interstellar doorbell and walked away. Number 6. Organic molecules everywhere. Imagine opening your fridge and finding all the ingredients for a cake, except no cake. That's basically what NASA keeps discovering in space. Organic molecules, carbon-based compounds, that are the building blocks of life, are everywhere. Not rare, not special, everywhere. They've been found on asteroids, in interstellar clouds on comets, and even floating in the cold vacuum of space, like they're just vibing. NASA's missions have detected amino acids, the things that make up proteins in meteorites that crash into Earth, which means space is literally throwing life ingredients at us, like a chaotic chef. And these aren't simple molecules either. Some are surprisingly complex, forming naturally in environments that seem completely hostile to life. So, the universe isn't just capable of making life's ingredients, it's actively doing it all the time, in random places with no supervision. It's like the cosmos is constantly preheating the oven, but never telling you what's baking. And statistically speaking, if you scatter the ingredients for life across billions of planets, moons, and systems, eventually something's going to cook, which makes Earth feel less like a miracle and more like a very successful accident. Number 5. Thousands of potentially habitable planets. There was a time when humans thought Earth was special, unique, one of a kind, the VIP lounge of existence. Then NASA launched the Kepler Space Telescope and basically said, yeah, about that. Kepler discovered thousands of exoplanets, planets orbiting other stars, and not just weird gas giants or lava worlds, actual Earth-sized planets, sitting in the habitable zone. That's the sweet spot where it's not too hot, not too cold, and liquid water can exist. Basically the cosmic Goldilocks zone, where life might look around and say, yeah, I could work with this. Some estimates suggest there are billions of potentially habitable planets in our galaxy alone. Not the universe, just our galaxy. Now pause for a second and process that. Billions of chances for life to happen. Billions of places where chemistry could turn into biology, biology into intelligence, and intelligence into something that might also be staring at the sky wondering, is anyone else out there? And here you are arguing with your phone's autocorrect. So, either Earth is the only place where life happened, out of billions of opportunities, or we're just one example in a very crowded, cosmic neighborhood. Statistically, the second option is starting to feel less like sci-fi and more like inevitability. Number 4. Mysterious fast radio bursts. Imagine the universe randomly sending out millisecond-long flashes of energy so powerful they outshine entire galaxies. And nobody knows why. These are called fast radio bursts, or FRBs, which sounds harmless like a breakfast cereal, but they are absolutely not. FRBs are insanely energetic pulses of radio waves coming from distant galaxies. They last less than a second, but in that time, they release more energy than the sun does in days, which is just rude. First, scientists thought they were one-time events. Then some of them started repeating. Same location, same weird signal over and over again, like the universe hitting send repeatedly on a message we can't read. Now there are natural explanations. Magnetars, neutron stars with absurd magnetic fields, doing dramatic space things, That's the current favorite. But here's the catch, not all FRBs behave the same way. Some repeat, some don't. Some follow patterns that feel structured, and whenever something in space starts looking structured, scientists get that uncomfortable feeling, like they've walked into a conversation they weren't invited to. N01 is saying FRBs are alien messages, but no one is completely comfortable saying they aren't either. So for now, the universe is basically firing off cosmic Morse code, and we're just sitting here like cool, no idea what that means. Number 3. The identity pressure cooker. School isn't just about learning facts. It's where people start building identities, under pressure with an audience, that you're not just a student. Suddenly you're the smart one, the quiet one, the funny one, or the person who once tripped, and now that's your legacy. And once those labels stick, your brain feels this weird obligation to maintain them. Your brain prefers consistency. So if people expect something from you, it tries to match that expectation, even if it's not accurate anymore. S0 if you do well once. Now there's pressure to always do well. If you mess up once, your brain goes cool. This is who we are now. No pressure, right? This creates a constant background stress of performance, not just academically, but socially. You're not just answering questions, you're maintaining a version of yourself, which is exhausting because deep down, your brain is like, what if I fail? And everyone updates their perception of me. Basically, school turns identity into a live broadcast, and your brain is terrified of bad reviews. Number 2. Titan's weird chemistry. Saturn's moon Titan is basically the universe experimenting with an alternate version of Earth and getting creative instead of water. Titan has lakes and rivers made of liquid methane and ethane. Imagine oceans of natural gas just chilling under an orange haze. It's like someone swapped out Earth settings for a different operating system. NASA's Cassini mission found complex organic molecules in Titan's atmosphere. Not just simple stuff, complex chemistry that on Earth is associated with the early stages of life. And here's where it gets weird. Some measurements suggest that hydrogen and acetylene, chemicals in Titan's atmosphere, are behaving in ways that don't quite add up, almost like something is using them. Now, that doesn't mean there are methane-breathing aliens swimming around like it's totally normal, but it does mean Titan has chemistry that mimics processes we associate with life. It's like watching a system almost come alive, but not quite, like the universe is testing a different recipe. So if life can exist in water-based environments, like Earth, who's to say it can't exist in methane-based environments, like Titan? Congratulations. Now you have to consider the possibility that aliens might smell like gasoline. Number 1. The sheer size of the universe. Let's zoom out for a second. Way out, the observable universe contains hundreds of billions of galaxies. Each galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars. Around many of those stars are planets. Do the math, and you end up with numbers so large, your brain just gives up halfway through and goes, yeah, sure, a lot. Now here's the uncomfortable part. If even a tiny fraction of those planets can support life, then life shouldn't be rare. It should be everywhere. This idea is called the Drake equation. Scientists estimate how many civilizations might exist, and while the exact number is uncertain, the general conclusion is clear. The universe has way too many opportunities for life to only happen once, and yet we haven't definitively found anyone. This creates something called the Fermi paradox. If the universe should be full of life, where is everybody? Are we early? Are we late? Are civilizations destroying themselves before they get to advanced? Or are we just not looking in the right way? And this is the fun option. They're already out there, quietly existing, completely uninterested in making contact with a species that argues on the internet about pineapple on pizza. So, the biggest evidence we are not alone might just be the overwhelming scale of everything, because statistically, being alone would be the weirdest outcome of all. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.